In this code, we will demonstrate how a simple blockchain and blockchain transactions take place. Before we start, we will need the JSON library powered by Google, and we will need the Bouncy Castle library that will help us with the encryption. This code, we will need a block which will contain the hash, the previous hash, Merkle root, timestamp, and a nonce. So the block will have a constructor, and the hash itself will be calculated. And when we say calculated, it means we have to we hash the information from inside the constructor using a SHA-256 hash, which will create a hash of the previous hash, the timestamp, and the nonce and the Merkle root all concatenated together to provide the hash. Also, it will have the functionality to mine a block. When we say mine a block, it takes an integer of a difficulty, and the nonce keeps adding 1 until we reach that difficulty. Meaning, if we put difficulty of 5, it's going to keep hashing until it reaches the first 5 digits of that hash are 5 zeros, and so on. And also, it has the ability to add transactions to this block. Also, we will need a string utility class, so it helps us with some helper methods. Also, we will need a transaction class, which will manage the sender, recipient, the values, and the inputs. Also, it will take care of the public key for the sender and the recipient, meaning we will utilize public key encryption for securing this transaction and also for signatures. We also need two transaction classes, one to handle the input and the other one to handle the outputs. Also, we will need the wallet. So this wallet will take care of making sure generating the key pairs, the public key and private key. Also, it will take care of getting the balance and sending the funds to the other wallet. And here we will test it. So we selected the difficulty at 5, and it's going to start by creating a mining the Genesis block that we will need, which is the original block. And it mined, and here's the first block mined, and here's the hash for it. And as you can realize, it's difficulty 5, so 5 zeros. And it keeps going. Here we created a new wallet called wallet A, and it's going to attempt to send, it has 100 balance. It's going to attempt to send 40 to wallet B. It checks that, and it has enough sufficient fund. Here we have other transactions. Here it's insufficient fund, so it's cancelled. And the last one from B to A, it has sufficient